Hey everyone, I'm Naya, and today I've got something super interesting lined up for you. We're diving into a thought-provoking video titled We Need to Rethink Exercise, the workout paradox from the amazing Kurzgesagt. In a nutshell, I can already tell this one's going to blow our minds. What if everything we thought we knew about working out is about to get flipped on its head? I can't wait to explore this with you all. But before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up to let me know you're just as excited as I am. Alright, let's get to the good stuff and see what surprises await us in this fascinating topic.
Losing weight is hard, and unfortunately, your body is sabotaging you every step of the way. Your body is a biological machine that follows the laws of thermodynamics and needs energy and raw materials to stay alive, which is why you eat. The energy from food is measured in calories, and you need a certain amount to power your internal machines. Your brain thinks, your heart pumps, your gut digests, your immune system immunes, and you contract your muscles to move around. The harder a movement is, the more calories you burn. An hour of walking burns about 260 calories, moderate swimming 430, biking 600, running 700. If you eat more calories than you burn, your body stores them, mostly in the form of fat. 1 kilogram or 2 pounds of fat is about 7,000 calories. Seems simple. To lose weight, you have to burn more than you eat, so fat is turned back into energy. There are 2 ways to do this: eating less, which we'll cover in another video, and burning more, say by moving around aimlessly, also called working out.
That is actually a fun way to put it. Moving around aimlessly. I can relate. Sometimes when I try to work out, I end up wandering around the gym like a lost puppy. Pretending like I'm stretching while I figure out what to do next. It's all about finding the joy in the movement, even if it does feel a bit aimless sometimes. Honestly, those moments are often the best part of my workout routine.
We also get told early on that exercising is healthy somehow, so working out should kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Unfortunately, this doesn't exactly work out. It's one of these frustrating experiences where you do what you think's right, only to not see the results you deserve.
This is so relatable. I remember when I first started working out, I was convinced I'd turn into a fitness model overnight. I was getting all pumped and lifting those weights like I was powering a spaceship. But then, nothing. Just a lot of sweat and an overly ambitious playlist. It's disheartening when you feel like you're doing all the right things and the scale doesn't budge. But hey, it's all part of the journey, right? It's about progress, not perfection.
In reality, exercising is a bad way to burn fat. And until recently, we fundamentally misunderstood what moving around a lot does to our bodies.
Vor 2 Jahren fegte der Name Arthur Fleck wie ein Hurrikan durch Gott.
The myth of the workout. A few years ago, scientists began to compare populations in industrialized societies, which sit a lot, to hunter-gatherer communities who move around a lot. The Hadza people in Tanzania walk an average of 9 kilometers a day to find wild plants and hunt animals, dig for tubers, climb trees for honey, or collect water. They can move more in a single day than an office worker in a week. So of course they burn more calories, right? But it turns out that the Hadza burn the same amount of calories per day as a typical person in an industrialized country.
That's a surprising twist. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? All those hours of sitting at my desk versus their active lifestyle, and we end up burning about the same calories in a day. It's a bit of a reality check. It shows that our bodies are pretty efficient little machines that adapt to our lifestyles. This reminds me of how I once tried to out-exercise a slice of pizza. Spoiler alert, it didn't work out as planned. I guess it's not just about moving more, but also about what we're putting into our bodies.
Around 1,900 for women and around 2,600 for men, which doesn't make sense at all. It's also not their genes, since it's the same for other hunter-gatherer tribes. So the confused scientists looked at similar measurements in individual countries. It got even stranger. Active people who work out regularly do burn more than inactive people, but only very little, often as low as 100 calories, the equivalent of a single apple.
That's wild. So all those hours at the gym just to burn off the calories in an apple. I could literally just avoid 1 cookie and save myself some sweat and tears. It makes you rethink that post-workout snack mentality. Like, should I really reward myself with a giant smoothie after a basic workout? I'm not saying we shouldn't celebrate our hard work, but sometimes I feel like I end up trading my calories like I'm at a snack stock exchange.
For some strange reason, the amount of calories you burn is pretty much unrelated to your lifestyle. Per kilo of body weight, your body has a fixed calorie budget it wants to burn per day. Sure, if you want to gain muscles by pumping iron, you also need to eat more to build and sustain them, or your new muscles wither away. But in total, your body keeps your calorie budget per unit of you pretty stable. And to make matters worse, if you want to lose fat, your body sabotages you in small and big ways.
This is so true. It's like our bodies are little sneaky agents working against us sometimes. When I was trying to lose weight, it felt like every time I skipped dessert, my body would start craving cookies, like it was a survival instinct. It's as if my appetite had its own secret committee meeting to oppose my goals. It's tough when you feel like your body is playing defense while you're just trying to score a few points in the weight loss game. You really have to outsmart yourself along the way.
First of all, when you begin to work out regularly, maybe going for a run in the morning, your body may subconsciously make you move less when you don't pay attention. Maybe you take the elevator instead of the stairs, you sit more when you meet your friends, or you sleep longer, largely balancing out your burn again, preventing you from burning much fat. You can overcome this temporarily. If you do actually change your life after sitting around for years and suddenly start working out without eating more, this is a shock to your system. You actually do burn more calories and lose fat, so you can lose a few kilos or pounds through exercise. But this is very short-lived. Your body adapts and burns fewer and fewer extra calories each day until it restores its original calorie budget. After a few months, you burn basically the same amount you did when you didn't work out. Bizarre. And now we're getting to the actual reason why exercise is healthy. Why your body is sabotaging you. So your body has a hardwired activity budget per day that it wants to stick to. This setting evolved when humans had to move a lot. Not because they wanted to, but because they had to find food for survival. But when food is abundant and exercise is voluntary, what does your body do with the energy that you're not using to move around? We're simplifying a lot here, and this is relatively new science, but in a nutshell, there are many different systems in your body trying to do their job as well as possible. And if there's extra energy, they seem to use it. Unfortunately, this is bad. When your immune cells detect injuries or infections, they trigger inflammation. Fighter cells, alarm chemicals, and fluids flood into your tissue. This is crucial, but it also causes damage, so it needs to be cleaned up quickly or it can become chronic. And chronic inflammation is one of the major contributors to many serious diseases, from cancer to heart failure. If your immune system is on a tight budget, it has to be efficient with inflammation. With lots of free calories, though, it overcommits. Another thing is that your glands produce hormones you don't need, like cortisol, the stress hormone, which triggers your fight or flight response. Crucial for survival, but if you have too much of it, you get, well, very stressed all the time. Chronic stress is a major cause for a bouquet of health issues, including your mental state. For our ancestors who moved a lot and had to deal with sudden bursts of activity, fleeing from a lion, attacking that bison, this cortisol was crucial. But if you live a modern, sedentary lifestyle, your body is ready for action that doesn't happen, hurting itself in the process. Your body evolved to move regularly and is fine-tuned to a certain base level of activity. If this activity is missing, it still uses almost the identical amount of energy, just on stupid stuff.
This is a fascinating point. It's like our bodies are attempting to justify all the sitting we do by expending energy on unnecessary tasks, almost like a cat chasing after its own tail. I mean, come on. My body really thinks I need to use energy to get stressed out about what to have for lunch instead of actually moving. It feels a bit ridiculous when you put it like that. I guess the real life hack is to channel that energy into something productive, like a dance party in my living room. No lions involved.
This is why you burn almost the same amount of calories whether you work out or not. By working out, you're not doing anything extra, you're doing what your body is literally made to do. Working out is not a magic bullet, but it seems to restore an internal physical balance that seriously affects your body. And this is also why regular exercise is so incredibly healthy. The evidence is incredibly clear here. It reduces chronic inflammation and stress, it's good for your heart, may ease depression, and makes you live longer and better. Movement is not really made to burn your fat though. Why humans are so hungry. When your ancestors evolved, they had to work hard for calories. Sometimes it would be easy and they could afford to chill out quite a bit. But in hard times, they had to move quite a bit to feed themselves, walk longer to find prey, or dig longer to find tubers. If extra movement burned more calories, this would lead to a spiral of starvation. The less food you find, the more energy you need to find food, which doesn't even fill you up because you moved more. It's like taking on more debt when you're in the red. It works for a while, but then you go bankrupt and die. So, for your ancestors, being able to move a lot without burning extra calories was a matter of life and death. Okay, but this means the obesity epidemic of the modern world is not primarily caused by laziness, but by over.
Absolutely. It really shifts the perspective on how we view weight management. It's not just about how much we move, but what we put into our bodies too. I sometimes find myself in situations where I'm mindlessly munching on snacks while binge watching my favorite shows. It's so easy to forget that even the healthiest foods can add up if I'm not paying attention. So, understanding the balance between what we eat and how we move is key, rather than just blaming laziness. It makes me want to be more mindful about not just my fitness activities, but also my snacking habits.
Overeating. Humans evolved to be mad for calories because of our extremely hungry brains and our extremely useless kids. Kids are cute, but unlike other species, human kids have to be fed and cared for by adults for years before they become even remotely useful. Because the human brain not only eats up about 20% of all our calories at rest, twice as much as our closest ape relatives, it also takes a lot of time to develop through playing, learning, and honing social skills, all the things that make us human. Our species is so extremely calorie expensive to maintain that we became super efficient calorie harvesters. 5 hours of human hunter-gatherer foraging yields between 3,000 and 5,000 calories, while our ape relatives get no more than 1,500 in the same time. And we became so good at calorie harvesting precisely because of our big brains and years of social skill training. In a typical ancestral tribe, some members would spend the day searching for plants, others hunting or gathering honey, others nurturing kids. And at the end of the day, we'd share the calories so that no one would end up hungry. Being frenetic calorie harvesters seems to be deeply part of what makes us human. It's not a bug, but a feature. But today it seems as if that feature has turned on us. We can't stop overproducing food and overeating. If you want to lose fat, food is the answer.
This is such an important point. It's like we often think of exercise as the primary way to lose weight, but really, food plays a huge role. I know from personal experience that I can easily sabotage my workouts by indulging in a little too much of my favorite snacks. It's about finding that balance. Meal prepping has been a game changer for me, transforming food from a guilty pleasure to a tasty ally in my journey. So, yes, let's focus on making those healthy choices, and the rest will follow.
We'll cover diet in the next part. So to conclude, you'll probably not lose nearly as much fat by working out as you hoped, but you will do something more important: give your body balance and make you more resilient, and prevent or delay many of the diseases that will make your life miserable, so you can enjoy a higher quality of life for much longer. But physical fitness is only half the equation. To make the most of your long, healthy life, you also need a fit, active mind, one trained to navigate our fascinating world and agile enough to solve any problem, which is where our friends at Brilliant come in. Brilliant will make you a better thinker and problem solver, with thousands of hands-on, bite-sized lessons on just about anything you may be curious about, from AI and physics to maths, data analysis, and beyond. On Brilliant, you'll learn through discovery by trying things yourself, and you'll not only gain knowledge of key concepts, but learn to apply.
Well, that was quite the deep dive into the workout paradox, wasn't it? I think we can all relate to those moments where we feel like we're just moving aimlessly or trying to out-exercise our snack choices. It's such a paradox that despite all our gym hours, sometimes it feels like we're only burning off the calories of an apple. Remember, It's not just about the sweat, it's about balance. Finding joy in movement and being mindful of our snack habits can really change the game. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did and want to see more cute and funny reactions, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Let's keep the conversation going about fitness, food, and all the silly situations we find ourselves in. Until next time, keep moving and stay fabulous.